Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So in the previous chapter, chapter number 1, we have seen that Arjun ka Vishad is going on. Ki Arjun is saying that I will not kill my family. I will not kill my kutum. Okay. So he's saying that. Then in the very beginning, that is in the second and the third shloka of chapter number 2, Krishna has scolded Arjuna ki why are you saying so? Then from the very next shloka, that is from slok number 4, Arjuna said, okay, I understand your point. I take it. So now in the shlok 5th, what is happening? Ki Arjuna is like agreeing with Lord Shri Krishna. He's saying, okay, what you're saying is also correct. But then he is also like giving out his points. Okay? The shlok is like this. Guru nahatva hi mahanubhavan shreyo bhuktam bhaikshyamapi haloke hatvarthakamastu guru nihaiva bhunjiya bhogan rudhira pradiktan. So now here the first word, that is Guru na hatva. So here he is saying कि Guru jano ko na markar. मतलब I will like by not killing the Guru jan. Okay. The next word is he. He means kyunki. He means kyunki. Then Mahanubhavan. Mahanubhavan is Mahanubhav or the great leaders, great warriors. Okay. So Guru na hatva hi mahanubhavan shreyo bhoktam. Now here uh shreyo means shresht, the one who are superior. Bhoktum is khana. And then bhaiksha is bhiksha ka an. Mapiha. Now we have mapiha. So here it means iha means is, and mapiha like api means bhi. So in total this line means कि महानुभावों और गुरुजनों को मारकर खाने से बेटर है, मतलब मारकर जो मिलने वाला धन है उससे बेटर है कि आई विल ईट जो भिक्षा वाला धन होता है, मतलब लाइक आई विल बैग फॉर माय अर्न रादर देन किलिंग माय क्लैन, रादर देन किलिंग माय guru and the mahanubhavs, the warriors, great warriors. Proceeding forward, he says hatvartha kamanstu. Hatvartha kamanstu means ki marker एक second. Like in total this line means, second line means ki the food that I will get, that has been like ruined by the blood of these great warriors of my gurujan, like rather than eating that food I'll prefer eating the food that for which I will beg. Okay, so that is what Arjuna is saying in this shloka ki like for the people who are bad I don't worry ki like I don't mind killing them, but for the great warriors and for the like Gurujan, for my teachers who are present in the army that is against fighting against me, how can I eat the food that I'll get after killing them? The food that is like ruined by the blood, मतलब बोलते हैं ना खून से सना हुआ, उनके खून से सने हुए खाने को मैं कैसे खा सकता हूँ? उससे better है कि that I'll beg for the food and consume that food. Okay, so that's it total. It means in the shloka. Yeah, so that's all for this shloka. Thank you. Next participant.
My turn. Jai Shri Krishna. I have shlok number 6. Na chaitad vidmak kataranno gariyo yadva jayema yadivano jayeyuhu yaneva hatva najiji vishamas tevastitaf pramukhe dhatra rashtraha. So the literal meaning is na means not, cha is also, itan is this, vidam is do we know, kataran which na is for us, gariya is better, yatva is whether, jayema we may conquer, yadi means if, va is or, jayeyuhu means they conquer, yanam is those who, eva is certainly, hatva means by killing, jiji vishamas we would want to leave, te is all of them, Avasthita is situated, Pramukhe is in front of us, and Dhartarashtraha is sons of Dhritarashtra. So in the discussion, we can say that here we see Arjun move away from his previous position in which he was just all or nothing position, which I will not fight. Now his position is changed into a dilemma. Whether should I fight or should I not fight? So I do not know what is correct. So this is the fundamental question that provoked the message of Gita by Bhagwan Shri Krishna. So Arjuna was just a nimit, or the cause or the reason. And Bhagwan Krishna shared the Gita for the whole world through Arjuna, being his disciple, Arjuna being his disciple, a friend, and his own cousin. So Arjuna is not alone in this situation. We all come across situations and phases in life where we become completely hopeless and almost give up. So it could be issues with the family or issues at work, business, relationships, and so on and so on. So we feel sometimes that nothing seems to be working out, and we cannot make a decision. So our knowledge becomes so limited to find solutions to these puzzles in life. So we need guidance, spiritual guidance, to help us dive deeper inside ourselves for the answers, without just giving up, saying, okay, this is just is a fate. So we need to accept our weaknesses and then find a true guru to guide us. Some of us would like to find that guru in our own self. A complete surrender with the intention to attain the right knowledge is what matters. So in this case, Arjun decides to just do that. That is to surrender to the Supreme Lord, as he realizes that whatever the knowledge he has acquired has thus far not sufficient in finding him solutions to his current dilemma. That's it. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Didi, shall I start?
Yes, please do.
2.7. As Didi said, now he is in dilemma and what to do. So this shlok is particularly for that here Arjun is not able to decide between my duty and dharma and relationship. And here he is going to pray to the God. Now he has decided that in this shloka, especially this shloka is very important, because here all relationship with Krishna aside, and he accepted him as a guru. Okay, and he becomes Shishya. So shlok is Arpanya doshopahata svabhava prachami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yachesthyanishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Here karpanya means miserlessness, that is kayarta like dharma samuda means dharma we know duties, so he is mohit means uski taraf attracted towards the dharma karne wala, he is thinking for him, tvam unto you, and cheta in heart, samuda cheta, that is in heart what he is thinking. Shreyas means what welfare and all good whatever is for him. Syat means maybe. Nishchitam confidently, and bruhi he wants to tell. He's asking to tell that may unto me, shishya disciple, aham, I am. Shadhi means he wants to trust Shiksha lena. Ma, me, Tvam, unto you. Prapannam, surrender. So, little meaning is now I am confused about my duties and have lost all composers because of miserly weakness in this condition. I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrender unto you. Please instruct me. Like that he is saying. Because यहाँ पे मतलब अर्जुन मन से he is not finding he wholeheartedly is not finding to keep away. मतलब this is war is not good for, as Didi said, कि कुटुम गुरुजी and all they will kill. ये इसके mind में है कि for all this I should not do this war battle, but उससे पीछे हट जाना because he is क्षत्रिय, so battlefield को पीठ दिखाना वो भी उसका धर्म नहीं है. तो इन दोनों के बीच में कि मैं क्या करूं, धर्म से हटूं या अपने कुटुंबियों से हटूं. यहाँ पे एकदम एक्सट्रीम उसके ऊपर जो प्रेशर आ गया है, समटाइम हैपन विथ एवरीबॉडी एनी टाइम, कि फुल प्रेशर की दोनों में से मैं क्या करूं. एट दैट टाइम he has, अब उसने अपने आप को सरेंडर मतलब हम अपना कोई गुरु मान ले, भगवान को उन्होंने सब चीज छोड़ के he has said that कि now you have to give me the guidance कि अब मुझे क्या करना है. तो यहाँ पे there are 4 main points in this shloka. कि फर्स्ट वाला जो है कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभाव, ये एक हो गया. सेकंड वन आस्किंग, मतलब इन दिस अपने आप को वो कायर नहीं मानता है कि मैं कायर हो गया हूँ. दूसरा है आस्किंग अबाउट हिज, सेकंड पॉइंट इज आस्किंग अबाउट हिज वेलफेयर, मेरा कल्याण किसमें है. थर्ड पॉइंट ही बिकम डिसाइपल, मतलब वो अब यहाँ पे शिष्य बन गया है. और फोर्थ में वो शरणागत, भगवान के शरणों में आ गया है कि ही नाउ यू हैव टू टेल मी. तो यहाँ पहली बात ये है कि हम पूछते जब हम आस्किंग है, एट द टाइम वी आर फ्री, वी कैन आस्क दिस एंड दैट. एंड सेकंड वेयर वी आर प्रेइंग, आस्किंग, प्रार्थना करते हैं कि हमारी क्या ड्यूटी करें हम. एंड थर्ड पॉइंट डिसाइपल के शिष्य बन गए तो यू आर डिसाइपल एंड यू जो भी वो बोल रहे हैं उनकी शरण में चले जाना है. चौथे पॉइंट में ये आ जाता है कि शिष्य शाधी माम त्वाम प्रपन्नम, कि अब आप ही मुझे रास्ता बताए, मैं आपके इसमें चरणों में आ गया. So I think it may be clear. Pranav bhaiya, if 8th anybody is taking, or I had to continue because I told for 7th. Didi?
Yeah, Didi,
Can
nobody is there, then
I
you
can
can
take
continue.
if
Manoj bhaiya, are you telling? अब मैं बोलूं?
नहीं दीदी आप
अनुत्यात्य शोकमुष्टो क्षणमिन्द्रियाणाम् अवाप्य भूमावपसपन्नमृद्धं सॉरी राग जा रही है मेरी. राज्यम सुराणामपि चाधिपत्यम. सो इन दिस, अभी यहाँ पे उन्होंने अपने आप को ही हैज शरणागत कर दिया, बट फिर भी देयर इज इन बैक ऑफ माइंड अर्जुन के है कि नो, मतलब he has मेंटली, शब्दों से उन्होंने अपने आप को उनको दे दिया है शरणागत भगवान को. he has given that yes, you now you are my guru, you tell me, but still he is thinking in his mind कि no, this is not good to kill my all relatives, my guru and everybody. So still he is arguing कि नहीं, ये मतलब मन में उनके यही है कि he is not ready to fight against his family member. So for these meanings are do not, certainly, then prashyami is I see, mama my, then mama punudya, that is can drive away. मतलब यहाँ पे इसका मीनिंग मैं बता देती हूँ बिकॉज टाइम बहुत हो रहा है, तो मैं थोड़ा सा ऐसा बताती हूँ कि आई कैन फाइंड नो मीन्स टू ड्राइव अवे दिस ग्रीफ which is drying up my senses. So I will not be able to disciple even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like demigods in heaven. Means he is saying कि अगर मैं ये युद्ध करता हूँ तो मुझे धन धान्य इवन इंद्र के लाइक इंद्रास किंगडम भी इफ I'll get, but I cannot एंजॉय कि मैं इतना शौक में रहूंगा कि आई विल बी शॉक्ड विदाउट ऑल माय फैमिली मेंबर्स, ऑल माय गुरुज, कि ये सब मुझसे दूर हो जाएगा, तो एवरीथिंग दैट आई कैन नॉट सी कि विदाउट देम मैं उसको, मतलब वही अभी भी उनका वही डायलेमा चल रहा है माइंड में कि इस पृथ्वी पे सब पूरा राज्य मुझे मिल जाए, इंद्र का राज्य भी मिल जाए, बट विदाउट माय फैमिली मेंबर्स हाउ कैन आई लिव स्टिल शरणा. सो यहाँ पे इसमें ये बता रहे हैं कि हम पूरे मन से शरणागति दे दें, वी शुड नॉट थिंक अबाउट व्हाट विल हैपन. सो वी शुड फाइंड गुरु एंड अकॉर्डिंगली व्हेन वी आर इन दिस, so we have to कृष्णा को अपना गुरु उन्होंने माना है, तो you should forget about everything. But in this slok he is still thinking, so still complete Sharanagati is not there in up to this shloka. That's all. Thank you so much.
Jai Shri Krishna. So this is 2.9. So in continuation with what Alka ji, Surabhi Didi and Sureka ji mentioned, the slok goes like this. Sanjay Uvacha Eva Muktva Rishikeshang Gudakeshav Parantapa Nayotsya iti Govindam Uktva Tushnim Babuvaha. So the literal meaning goes like this. Sanjay Uvacha, Sanjay says, Evam is thus, Uktva is speaking, and Rishikesham is Lord Krishna, master of senses. Gudakesha is Arjuna, the master of, the one who has mastered the sleep or conqueror of sleep. And Parantapa means the chastiser of the enemies, the one who punishes the enemies. Nayotsya is I shall not fight. He says that he will not fight. And then iti means thus. Govindam is Lord Krishna. And then Uktva is saying. Tushnim is silent. And Babuva is he became, hers certainly. So in essence, whatever, although Arjuna has surrendered himself to Lord Krishna in 2.7, he's still not out of his delusional state from his dilemma. And though in 2.8 he says that though he has to win over the battle, and he even if he has to go to heaven otherwise. So in spite of having all this, he doesn't see any point in him fighting, and he's not able to overcome his sorrow and his unhappiness. And so that is what he's been stating in 2.7 and 2.8. So as this has all been narrated by Sanjay, the minister of Dhritarashtra to Dhritarashtra, so the actual translation says that Sanjay said, having spoken all this, the ones in the previous shlokas, what Arjuna has mentioned, chastiser of enemies told Krishna, oh Lord Govinda, I will not be able to fight. And then he goes silent. So this is the essence of this particular shloka. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thanks, Chitraji. I'll explain the meaning of the 10th shloka. Tamuvacha Rishikeshav Rahasanniv Bharata Senayorubhayor Madhye Vishidantamidam Vachaha. Here, Sanjay is, describing the moment to King Dhritarashtra. Tamuvacha is being referred to Arjun. Arjun ko bole, and Prahasan Rishikesha again is being referred to Lord Krishna. Prahasanneva Bharata. Prahasanneva means haste hue se, in a laughing, smiling manner. And Bharata here is King Dhritarashtra again. Senayo Rubhayor Madhye, in the midst of both the armies. Vishidantamidam vachaha. Vishidanta is shok karte hue, in sadness. That is being referred to Arjuna here. And vacha is vachan. So the explanation goes like this. Sanjay says, Hey Bharatvanshi Dhritarashtra, because he is being referred to as Bharata. Bharatvanshi is born in the lineage of King Bharat. So he addresses Dhritarashtra here as Hey Bharatvanshi Dhritarashtra. Antaryami Shri Krishna Maharaj दोनों सेनाओं के बीच में शोक करते हुए उस अर्जुन को हंसते हुए बोले, ये वचन बोले. Now Sanjay says, O Dhritarashtra, thereafter in the midst of both the armies, Shri Krishna smilingly spoke the following words to the grief-stricken Arjuna. Now, we have seen earlier that Arjun has completely dedicated himself to Lord Krishna, and suddenly he changes stance and says that I'll not fight. Now, it is going against the earlier statement that he said that, okay, I'm ready for war, and then again I'll not fight. And since he has dedicated himself to Lord Krishna kind of smilingly draws our attention to Arjuna, where he smilingly says that how can he decide not to fight. That is why Lord Krishna is shown as smilingly haste hue ye vachan bole. So it's a explanation where Lord Krishna is about to talk to Arjuna in the midst of the Vishad that he is going through. That's it. Thank you.
Yes. May I start?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Jai Shri Krishna. As the expression was mentioned by Dev Bhaiya, now the continuation, it's Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Ashochyananvashochatvam prajnavadanscha bhashase gatasu nagatasungscha nanushocanti panditaha. Here, the literal meaning is Ashocyan is not worthy of lamenting. Anvashocha is you are lamenting. Tvam is you. Prajnavadan is learned talk. Cha is again also. Bhashase is speaking. Gata is lost. Asun is life. Agata not past. Asun again is life. Cha is also. Na is never. And Anushochanti is again lamenting. And Panditaha is the learned. The summary is the Supreme Personality or the Lord Krishna, while speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor for the dead. So here the details are, Arjuna argued that religious principles should be given more importance than politics or sociology, but he lacked the knowledge of a learned man. So that's why he was lamenting. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, Pranab, Bhaiya, you want to say anything? Please unmute yourself.
You're on mute.
No, Didi, it's going on very fine. And probably from next class onwards, we will be able to complete everything within our stipulated time of 40 minutes. Because this time the Tanushtup Chanda shlokas were there. So that only I want to come.
Oh,
Thank you.
anyone else want to say anything? Surat Didi, you want to say anything? Or Kaditi?
I just want to say
Oh, sure.
it's nice to be back after
Yes.
2 weeks.
That I found fault in him that he sided with the Kauravas, but I was reading more about that, and Bhishma Pitamaha is considered one of, like in the Bhagavatam also, like he's considered one of the wisest men and the knower of truth. Like there are only 12 such entities, and Bhishma Pitamaha is one of them. And also he actually had truly surrendered himself to Krishna. So he actually fought on the Kaurava side because he was just giving himself to the will of God. So he just surrendered and he knew what the outcome would be, whatever Krishna willed. So I kind of stand corrected in my, that I was critical of Bhishma Pitamaha. But as I read more, I realized that he was actually a great soul who had truly surrendered himself to Krishna. The other thing I want to, one thing to ponder is the first chapter, Arjuna is only like grief stricken, like is a despondent, right? But it is still called yoga, Vishada yoga. So any thoughts on why, even though he's only like lamenting and grieving in that chapter, but it is still given this, respectful title of yoga. So any thoughts on that? Like why is it called yoga?
Shall I?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah. So this exact same thing we discussed in the Shivar also with Guruji. So he said that it was the Vishad of great yogi Arjuna. That's why his sorrow, his sorrow also become a yoga. So the main reason is the personality who is like doing the Vishad. That's why it become a yoga, because Arjuna was a great yogi. Since he was a great yogi, his Vishad also became a yoga, and that's why the chapter is named as Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Like this similar question someone asked in the question answer round. Like every day we used to have half an hour to 1 hour for question answers. So there somebody asked why we are saying chapter number 1 as Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Like why Vishad is exactly a yoga. So then Guruji said it was the yoga, like it was the Vishad of a great yogi Arjuna. That's why it is known as Arjuna Vishada Yoga. That's all from my side. Any other additions?
Yeah, and also that his grief became the foundation of the entire Bhagavad Gita, and like all the chapters evolved, and eventually we end up with Sannyas Yoga. So the Vishad Yoga is the foundation of the Bhagavad Gita, basically, which led to all this knowledge being imparted.
Can I say something, Surbi Didi?
Please, please.
Yeah.
Didi, we want something about your trip, sharing something about your trip. So not this time, because time is too much, everybody is not there. But next time, whenever something we will plan, give us 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 5 minutes to Surbi Didi, please. So you can share about your trip.
Yeah, sure. I'll be more than happy to share it. Yeah, sure.
So special timing for instead of whatever they will do, but we need some time. Thank you, Deep.
Okay.
That will be wonderful. Yeah.
Okay. So Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. I guess with that, just we can conclude the session for today.
Yes.
Yeah, I have got just one point. I will just take 1 minute. Like
Yeah,
Arjun Vishada Yoga, if we see quite a bit of time of our life is some Vishad thing is there. And yoga means actually union. So if we associate our Vishad with God, then actually God addresses all those miseries that we have. So that point I just wanted to add. Jai Shri
Very good point.
Okay. I think I'll end here. Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. Jai Shri
Jai
Krishna.
Shri
Jai Shri
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.